Thanks, Green. The President has spoken a lot about the work he's done in building a coalition behind Ukraine and supporting Ukraine. Are there any concerns that US support for Israel and as civilian casualties rise in Gaza? Is there any concern that could undermine support for the US stance on Ukraine with countries in the global south, for example, for Brazil, in Asia and Africa, who might be in terms of their views on Gaza?
Supporting both right now, both countries, is important to President Biden. That's why we submitted that supplemental funding request last week. It's important that both get the support that they need, not just from the United States, but from the international community, and we're dedicated to that outcome. We're going to stay dedicated to that effort.
Okay.
Yes, I wanted to ask about if there are concerns in the administration in regards to this funding that you guys requested from Congress, given the fact that some of the leadership in the Republican caucus is saying that they would like to approve only a package for Israel and a separate package for Ukraine.
Yeah, I'll let members of Congress speak for themselves in terms of how they want to move this supplemental request forward. We submitted together because we believe all of it is important. Every dollar that we ask for the supplemental funding is of an urgent nature, and we urge Congress to move on all of it as quickly as possible.
Go ahead, Phil.
Thank you. With regards to American hostages, you noted that there were conversations and discussions with partners in the region. And on Friday, after those 2 Americans were thankfully freed, the President thanked the Israelis and Qataris for their partnership in this work. Are the Israelis or Qataris negotiating with Hamas on our behalf, and would the United States ever negotiate with Hamas in order to...
I'm not going to go into any more detail about the discussions and the negotiations to get those Americans home. If I were to do that for you today, I might actually put at risk opportunities to get more people out, and I'm just not going to do that.
Second question then, there's been an uptick on the right among some Republicans who have called for students or foreign nationals who are demonstrating in some of these pro-Palestine demonstrations or allegedly pro-Hamas demonstrations to have their student visas pulled or to face deportation. What is the administration's response to those kinds of remarks and that kind of rhetoric?
I would just tell you, you don't have to agree with every sentiment that's expressed in a free country like this to stand by the First Amendment and the idea of peaceful protest. I'll leave it at that.